Richard Goldberg is with us. He's a former National Security Council official, and he joins me now. We just heard the president. I think he tried to lay down a red line with the Iranians. When asked, he was saying, look, anybody thinks they're going to get involved in the fighting, he says, don't. My question, Richard, is will the Iranians believe he's capable of enforcing that red line?
Well, thanks for having me. I heard the president speak as well. It's not a clear red line. It's don't. That you don't really know what that means. If you don't, then what happens? But if you're in Tehran and you're looking at the situation, you're looking at the full chessboard. So you have the president delivering a speech and saying don't. But at the same time, this is the day that he has allowed the UN missile embargo on Iran to lift. He still is allowing a lot of money to move to the Iranians, made available over the last few months. He's doing other things in the region to ignore Iranian aggression. I'm hearing reports out of Iraq that potentially Iran-backed militias overnight have been hitting some U.S. bases there with drone strikes. So I think Iran is already testing him, and if you look at the response, it's sort of a bifurcated policy. If you get more involved in what you've already created, maybe we'll think about doing something to you, but for now, just back off and you can still have tens of billions of dollars. Your oil can still flow to China. We'll allow the restrictions at the Security Council to expire. So what is the message they're really getting? Are we in an appeasement posture or are we in a deterrence posture? It's not clear.
What should the posture have been? Should you have said, we're going to reimpose oil sanctions on the Iranians? I mean, come right out with it and say it?
Well, the first thing he should have said in a speech in Israel is Iran is accountable here. Iran is responsible here. Iran is complicit here. He didn't say that. He has not said we're locking down not just the $6 billion in Qatar we've all been talking about, but the $10 billion that's sitting in Oman as well made available to the Iranians before that. He didn't say we're going to crack down on the oil sanctions and stop the flow of oil to China. You didn't hear any of that. So I do worry that he's trying to separate Iran from its proxies, have two policies that contradict themselves, where he sort of gives Israel a green light to go after Hamas, though in the same speech he says, I want you to go slow, I want you to think about it, I want you to open up the floodgates for UN relief that's going to actually subsidize Hamas. So a lot of mixed messages here, and I think it shows an administration that is struggling to make its policy of the last 2.5 years fit with the reality that has been caused by that policy.
Richard, I'm out of time, unfortunately. I'd like to talk about this some more, but, time is pressing. Thanks very much for being with us. Come back and see us again real soon, please, sir.